Greetings, I'm Lice.
And hi, I'm Scan.
And let's play a game together!
together.
So we went back and checked from the previous episode. They did say sailboat, but like I was not picturing sailing ship. I was picturing
Yeah, like
boat
leaping up.
onto the boat. Like, damn, that sounds huge now, suddenly going, I think I remember how to sail this.
Maybe I don't know boats very well, which is very possible. Like, the most amount of boats that I've ever been on were mechanical and therefore had engines, so...
I think the only boats I've ever been on were, I mean, I've been in a pedal boat, which is sort of just a floating contraption, which I love, and you just really actually pedal it like a bicycle, which is so much fun. Those are some of my favorites, even though they're completely impractical. But then I've been on motorboats, that's it.
Right. Well, I was also going to say that I think what I'm also disoriented by is going, like, I assume the deck, like the dock here, is really large.
Yeah, so
like, I'm not assuming it's itty-bitty tiny-winny, and look, I'm going to walk straight down here. Like, a lot of docks tended to be pretty high.
Right?
Like, depending on what you were planning on doing. Like, the kind of... So you had actually different types of docks for different types of ships, right?
Yep.
So if you're doing a lot of pleasure stuff, yeah, of course you'd want it to maybe be, like, a certain height so you could step down into the boat. And there's some of them, they go, well, I want to step up into the boat. Like, it depends really on your style.
Like, climbing into the boat. But the sailboat being like, you have to jump up into it at the end of the pier, it just sounds huge suddenly. And him going, I think I can remember how to sail this, going, is there wind? If this is a sail, is there wind?
Right.
No, there doesn't need to be, because this is in
well,
the
because,
Arcana.
you know, this whole thing is a metaphor, because that's exactly what I was yelling and going, the whole thing's a metaphor of why the lake has become enormous, is because...
He's avoiding his problems! Yeah, he's trying to distance
his
himself.
His subconscious has many broiling issues, and it's gotten larger, and it's gotten more consuming, and now the sailboat, him going... Yeah, this is definitely his journey.
Agile as a cat, he climbs up into the rigging. Oh, it's not like a small sail. This is a huge ship. This is not sailboats to me, because climbing up into the rigging, that is a ship. Like, a sailboat, like, even like the sailboats that they have, like, just like a two-man sailboat and stuff, like, you don't climb up into the rigging.
I'm like,
this is a huge-ass ship.
How the hell?
He climbs up into the rigging, pulling on ropes until the sails unfurl. Wow.
Whoa.
Scout unearths, untethers the boat from the pier, and clambers onto the deck. Whoa.
Lines taken in! All aboard! And we're off!
Hey, I shouldn't know this, but is there an anchor?
No, that was what untethers the ship. No.
I know, but sometimes you drop anchor and then you tie it in place so it doesn't scoot back and forth. The anchor is what holds you there so that, you know, you don't tear the dock up.
It also depends on your ship, too. But
that's why I said, is there an anchor?
Right.
The sun is rising, but I can still see the flash of the lighthouse in the distance.
Maybe it's just like a dream boat. I know some of the stuff I'm probably being way too obnoxious, like picking
Well, we're
it up,
not in reality in this case, which is why we're like, it doesn't matter that they're not real jellyfish. But at the same time, I would have liked to see them on screen. Again, adding to my petition of adding the sea pancakes to your newest illustration update, please add giant jellyfish because, you don't even have to put Julian on them. I just want to see the jellyfish.
Yep, pretty much.
It's so far that it would take hours to get there if we were in the real world. But now, the boat practically flies over the water, like an arrow shot from a bow. That's because you're ready.
That just looks like the Nivivon Lighthouse!
I see. So, like home. So you are going back to your own issues.
Right. I haven't seen it in years. I'd almost forgotten what it looks like.
We dock at another small pier. Scout securely ties a small pier.
If this is how much conversation I was expecting actually we were going to have some sort of conversation since this game has enjoyed deviating off into a corner about a lot of things. I was expecting us to have this long, him sort of talking about, here's a sailing trip or a thing. I'm sorry, I should not...
Apparently...
I should take my good things and shut up.
I say, apparently, since he's finally admitted that he's having issues, he doesn't have to run off into a corner anymore. That is apparently the difference.
Yes, okay.
Or that is my guess of the difference. Maybe it may not be apparent. I apologize for that word. That word assumes that it's apparent to everyone. All right. We dock at another small pier. Can the big boat dock at the small pier? It's okay, it's dream logic. Scout securely ties the boat to the posts. They sit down heavily, letting their feet skim over the water and the waves,
and wait
for us to continue without them.
I'll just be here. It's fine.
We climb the, thankfully not endless stairs to the top of the lighthouse. We don't get off the boat, we just walk straight up the lighthouse. We don't walk down the pier, we just walk up the lighthouse. Did we dock into the lighthouse?
No, so we stopped at a pier.
Right.
We did.
We stopped at a pier and then walked into the lighthouse.
And they waved us on, and then we just climbed the stairs.
Did we
It's okay.
on
We don't
when they
need
waved
every
us?
single step, Lives. Now
fine.
you're being obnoxious because you're mad. It's
The
okay.
lighthouse's beacon in the center of the room is as
God,
extraordinary
it's
as
this
the
music.
rest of this realm. Huh?
It's this one. This is the Kevin MacLeod music.
Oh God.
Do,
Oh, Lord. But you're missing your... Oh, shoot. What are the lighthouse glasses called? I forget what they're called. The
lenses?
Lens? Yeah.
There's just lenses?
No, it's a special kind of lens.
Oh, God, I don't.
It's okay. I don't remember. Anyway, but it's missing its lens. It's a magic lighthouse. Is as extraordinary as the rest of this realm. Thousands of tiny stars twinkle within it. But something's wrong. Okay, Fetch Quest Hidden Object time. Something's wrong. You need to fix the lighthouse. Hey! If you've been watching our other series at all for our Hidden Object game in the other world, we actually had to fix the lighthouse. We had to get the right kind of glass and everything.
It was great.
But every object you come to that's going to be part of the story, you really are just going, now I have to find the thing to fix it. Like constantly. You have to do something to it before you can use it. The stars are dim, flickering weakly. They look like they're on the verge of burning out, but not in the illustration. The illustration looks very healthy.
Yeah, the illustration looks...
That's adorable. Are you
there you are.
Oh, no, it's the Miss Kitty voice. A feline figure bounds out from behind the light.
I mean...
beaming warmly at us.
I didn't Five Go West it that hard. Would you like
okay.
me to Five Go West it there hard?
No, it's fine. You're fine.
Okay.
No, she has that strong accent anyway. So.
I'm going for the Brooklyn. Yeah, it's like I don't even...
Yeah,
I can't
you're fine. No, I was thinking... It's all right. Anyway, go ahead.
A cat, dog, and everybody else is going to go around. Like, you want...
That's the one. That's the one. Oh, you got it. All right, let's try it.
And you are? Good question. Any guesses? I just lost it.
You just lost it? I was like, the little starry eyes are adorable.
That's so cute.
What are you? I am a Grecian goddess. I am based in Greece, and I'm having a great vacation.
A cat, dog. Yes, you with a tarot deck.
You're the star?
Oh, you're the star.
The star is a cat.
Got it in one. Don't be shy. Come on in. Come to my humble abode.
That's getting closer. You're getting there.
I've been expecting you. Although, you kind of looked in the scenic route getting here, didn't you?
Yeah, we really did. You see, Julian was having, issues facing himself.
Oh, that was kind of my fault. Sorry.
Hey, nice job for admitting it.
It still doesn't make us
It doesn't make up for it, but that's the
But it's
progress.
appreciative. Yep.
It is. I appreciate
acknowledgement.
It.
Don't worry. You made it in the end, and that's what matters. What's freaking... I can't. It's really...
Just go with the soft voice. Go with it. Go with it.
Oh, God. I wanted it.
I'm sorry. Without
the thing is without practice, and also, again, like, putting them side by side, it's actually really interesting to have the Scottish brogan going, I'm really having problems with that accent, because they seem to feed into each other. Actually, kind of like in my brain, I'm like, that works well.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a lot of immigrants came to the United States and
they may have settled in Brooklyn? Yeah.
Yeah, right? What? Don't worry. You made it in the end. That's what's important.
Important.
It's important,
It's
darling.
super important.
It's important.
Yeah, there you go. Julian relaxes bit by bit, looking charmed by the stars' friendly demeanor.
They're sharing accents time. It's freaking great. Now, you were never in any real danger. I'm as harmless as could be.
There you go. You get it. Yes. Go, friend.
So the cliffs, the tunnel, the ocean? Nope, not dangerous. See, my trials aren't about facing danger or fighting monsters.
They're about facing your inner demons.
I'm all about helping who you are and where you're going and trusting yourself to get there. I'm having so much hand wiggle.
The amount of gesticulation is amazing.
Because that's the only way I'm able to hold this right now.
It's okay. So there was this really great experience where, and I'm not going to remember his name right now. So there's this voice actor that I was following his career for a while, and he actually played Sebastian McAllis in the English-American version of the...
Black Butler.
Black Butler. Anyway, and he was talking at an anime con that I was at one time, and he talked about how he also did a voice for the Axis Allies anime.
Shit.
Anyway,
Axis Powers Italia.
Yeah, Italia. Anyway, so and that what he did was he had played like Sweden or France, I think something like that. Anyway, he played one of them with a very strong accent because you got personified countries there, right? And he said he couldn't pick up the accent. So you would know, if you know the series, you'll know which character he actually played. But he said one day he came into the studio and he could not find the voice. He couldn't find the accent at all. He was just going, we only have so much studio time. I've got to be a friend. I cannot find this voice. Like, I'm listening to my own references and I'm listening to myself on screen and I'm going, I can't find this. And he sees that there's a Snuggie over in the corner, right? And so he picks it up and he puts it on like, please make me feel secure, right? And then suddenly, gesturing wildly and wearing this sort of Snuggie toga, he's like, I've got the voice! Quick, let's do the live! I got it! lovely story. I enjoyed it very much. Anyway,
That's great.
So that's what this scandal sort of gesturing wildly to keep this accent. It just reminds me of that. Anyway.
You've grown so much, and
She pauses, smiling wryly. William looks totally lost.
well, you still have some growing to do.
Yes! Yes! She looks at me and says, honey, you did great.
Oh, honey, you did marvelous. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry, though. He's quite a tall guy.
Oh, it's not the height that bothers me. It's everything. Oh.
This boy is all of me.
It's not what the outside that bothers me. It's all now. The star tilts her vase. Water pours out, twisting through the air as though it has a mind of its own. As though gravity doesn't apply. As though it's a really cool, like, water. It reminds me of The Abyss. The movie where they had the cool CGI water come out and then look at the people in the halls and stuff like that.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember
It's
that.
a sci-fi movie. It's about being, many fathoms down under the sea, like in the
it's kind
Mariana
of a
Trench, as far
horror
as I know.
suspense.
It's not really a horror, just a suspense, as far as I know.
Yeah, but it
Anyway.
made me uncomfortable, and so therefore horror.
Okay. It scared me, so it's a horror.
It just scared me.
Anyway,
It scared me.
So anyway, it reminds me of that sort of feel of this sort of curious, soft thing looking around as a water squiggle.
Except for the fact that, okay, so I would have said for me, like, I understand, like, you have limitations in regards to what you want to do for the art, but wouldn't it have been really cool if, like, the water wasn't already out?
Yes.
And then it just snapped on, like, when this, and it goes,
like she just was holding her picture straight, and there was this minor, like, slight tilt, and then there was the water scarf.
Uh-huh.
That would have been very fun.
It would have been
convention.
very cute.
Sort of like his little sprite with the button thing, and I'm just like, please button your shirt, sir. It flows upward to form a sphere suspended in midair.
Oh, it's beautiful. How did you do that? What is it for?
Honestly, you really seem very interested in magic. You honestly should continue with magic. You seem like you love it.
He really does. Like, he seems very, like, just uncountably just fascinated by it. Wow, why don't I just show...
You can do it. That was good. I can do it. You got this.
Why don't I just show you?
From Brooklyn. It's fine. We got this.
Why don't I just show you?
Hi. The sphere ripples, revealing my shop, which I've just totally dissed on Astra. My personal shop, not his.
No, it's not like it belonged to him.
In the image, Julian looms in the shadows, his old mask fixed firmly on his face. Honestly, it was a really cool introduction for a character. It was super fun.
It kind of was.
No, it's not just an image. It's a memory of the night Julian broke into. I want to say the shop. My personal shop. Astra, you're gone so much that I have staked a claim on this shop. It's now mine by homesteader rights laws. And how the hell did I ever learn everything I learned if you were gone that much? In the 3 years I have living memory. Damn.
Yeah, he's a good question.
I'm really, really capable. That's what.
Yes.
But that's why you're intimidated by me, isn't it? All right. That night, we looked at each other as strangers, thinking that we were meeting for the first time, even though we weren't. Yeah, true.
Pretty cool, huh? I can show you all kinds of memories.
Nice.
Before I get started for real, anything you want to see, just for fun?
Yes, I want to see Brundle.
Yes! I want a question! Screw that! Not off the top of my head, but nerds! Any ideas? Unanswered questions!
I want to know what position I had in the medical force, honestly, and where was your clinic versus the dungeon? Did I work in the dungeon? How did I get into medical training? Did I ever go to school? Okay, that's many questions. Could you just show me his place of working with Brundle there and me doing something medical or magic?
I mean, unanswered questions. That's many.
That's what I mean. I just want to see that scene. Like,
I want to see all of it.
I want to see a scene with me doing something medical or magical in his clinic with Brundle in the scene. Can I have that?
Right.
That's what I want. Now that he mentions it, how did you escape from Vesuvia? Escape from Vesuvia?
Oh, from when the initial... We're asking about Julian again.
Oh, so we're talking about him. So
Yeah.
when he was originally in fear of his life for killing the count.
All right, I'm curious
Sure,
because
that
that's the
sounds
only
fine.
question I apparently can frickin' ask, which bugs me. But fine.
I was going to ask about ourselves. We'll ask about him. It's fine. The first time on the night of the Count's birthday when the fire happened.
Good question.
But I didn't hear any of them on screen, so the players don't know them.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe a cloud of ravens? Were they
Were
watching
they?
every road? Was everybody so sick it didn't matter? Honestly, he could have just walked up into the mountains like I did and kept going next to the castle. Let's find out. And we go to this music. If you're already on the ship, we don't get to see how you got out of the city.
Yeah, that's not the same thing at all.
That's how you left the city after you got out of it. Are you gonna maybe you'll go back. Maybe you'll tell us how he got out of the city after we're on the ship.
So we're literally just going to jump ahead and say that, oh, well, it's because I just ran to Mazzalinkas?
Or because leaving the city wasn't getting through and out of the city, it was actually getting past the border somehow?
What?
Only?
Huh? How is the rest of that not important? Never mind.
I was going to say,
I feel like I'm asking them.
The guards don't exist inside the city, only at the borders.
Right?
I guess.
They said watching every street, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going, I don't understand.
Only at the end where it terminates out of the city.
I don't understand.
And you were a mess.
You were incredibly drunk.
And no wonder you lost your memory.
Why can't I remember? Shit! I drank way too much. Why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone? Julian, why is the rum gone? Jack Sparrow. I know, right? But how did you get him to the rum barrel? Was it from the castle? Was it from a rummery, like a winery, to smuggle him out? I want to know how he got out of the city.
This is not an answer.
That's fine. It's how he left the border.
This is a sort of weird non-answer. Because that's not the question we asked.
I guess not.
Unless it's literally going, the only thing we have for Vesuvia is going, you have to literally leave the country, and that's the like, really? I would have been like, how did you leave the castle then, if you're going to be that stupidly... You said Vesuvia! Sorry, I'm fine.
Right, we didn't say all of Vesuvia. On the other hand, we're talking about how he left the country, not the city. So apparently it was really easy to get out of the city, but hard to get out of the border of the country itself. But what's the name of the city if Vesuvia is the country? Do we know the name of the city?
I thought the city's name was Vesuvia, but I didn't have anything else to go off of, so I just kind of left it there.
Okay, if the city's name's Vesuvia, what's the country's name?
I don't know, I just assumed it was also called... It's Vesuvia
instead of New York, New York. It's Vesuvia, Vesuvia.
It's Vesuvia Junior instead of...
Like I said, New York, New York, Vesuvia, Vesuvia. Yeah. All right.
Did she freak...
Are you worried? I look up at him skeptically.
I mean... You did like it, right?
I liked you.
Oh, shit.
Actually, sometimes...
I was tooting my own horn for my own toots.
Sometimes I like you, and sometimes I feel like I don't know you enough.
I love it in that accent. I'm sorry. Just toots. How you doing, toots?
It's alright, just say Brundle for me.
It's Brundle, is it?
Yes!
This Brundling along.
See, this is the kind of fun I can have. This could work, because it doesn't take as long as jumping off of jellyfish. Anyway, I was going to say, generally, I kind of like you, but mostly I honestly have to say, I was worried about your life, and I was trying to do a job, so it was just sort of a nice aside getting to know you. I wasn't really worried about whether or not I liked you, or what you looked like.
Oh.
You're like...
No, but I'm attractive, right? Everybody loves me.
I mean, you are attractive.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, really? Score! Yeah. Yes!
Yes! Oh my god. I feel like it would be right in line with our sense of humor if I liked the really colorful one. I'm going, I don't know, what about a peg leg? But on the other hand, that's a serious level of like ableism, dismissiveness, and going, that's actually losing a limb versus just wearing an eye patch for any number of reasons.
I don't know, so the sass sounds funny.
But the sass sounds about right, in line with who we've been so far.
Or just also going, it was very dashing. Like, you could go with either one.
You could be very playful. Oh no, it's very dashing.
It's incredibly
so dashing.
So dashing, you should have had a peg leg.
I don't know. I feel like I said, I feel like if I were a writer and Nerd were a character, in the same way of going, I liked the other costume and sassing him that way, it makes sense to do the I don't know what about a peg leg. That's that same kind of humor. It feels like it's in character.
That's fair.
That makes sense?
Yeah, sure.
Huh. He admits it!
Yes!
He admits so much leg. All the time we're like, you're made of leg. And on our Tumblr blog, like we have this lovely picture of him just made of legs. And a really derpy drawing of him also just like made of legs. Like there's a couple of them. They're just, he is legs.
He is made of legs.
He is legs. So if you have Tumblr, go find us out. We're Lies and Scandal. We're there.
It's great.
We have the same icon as on YouTube. We're very easy to find.
Yeah, it's very easy.
All right. Nothing?
Nope.
I mean, your hair color's not.
It's true, but certainly I don't have a lot of freckles that usually come with it, and that's actually not as common as people think, but it's a common stereotype association, so...
It is. Also, some ethnicities tend to freckle less than others.
That's true.
It's fairly common, depending on your background. However, you do seem to really have a very, based on your eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, perhaps you just cover them with makeup.
Did I forget to reapply that? Speaking of,
I really don't think he wears makeup, even in canon. I don't.
I
but
think
it was
he's just
funny
exhausted.
For that moment.
Oh yeah, I think
all the time. I think it is basically it's supposed to be like dark circles, but without looking unappealing. So they just bruised his eyebrows,
which seems very strange because it really, if you have bruised on one, your eyes bruise so easily, it's amazing.
Like damn. And if the plague didn't do it, all that drinking should have.
Dummy. We all got our infrastructure back. Everybody knows everything that's going on. We figured out what to do with all the bodies.
Oh, no, none of that. It's none of those things. It's just simply no one's getting sick now. Everything else still needs to be handled, and let me tell you, it is a shitstorm, my child. But they will get over it eventually. In the meantime, no one else is getting the sick, all right?
How do you know?
Well, you see, I have divine knowledge. I'm going to hit you with my spoon if you question my grandmotherly knowledge.
All right, I swear to God, I'll just go back in my little tube filled with rum. Well, less rum than before. But I'll go back in my little crate and barrel experience, and I'll go bring out some plates.
We're going to sell that rum, and you're going to stop drinking it. You're going to sober up and take care of yourself.
Ow! Abuse! I swear!
And you will respect your elders!
I do!
But you don't believe me that I know the plague is over.
I was going to hand you the plates from the crate and
All right, come on, let's make dinner. It's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Not only is no one getting sick, they're all healing, so there.
Hey.
Though you're so freaking recognizable, I don't see how it will help that much. You should honestly restyle your hair and change your signature wardrobe if you really expect to get anywhere.
Which is actually true. Like, he's so easily recognized. I'm sometimes disgusted by how he even bothers trying when he won't change anything.
We should dress you regionally different if you really want to be inconspicuous. Make you into a sheik or something. Dye your hair with ink.
Put a little bit more henna. Make your hair black. Yeah, right?
That we should have disguised you better? You bet.
Because we're throwing some shade at Clark Kent here.
Right. This is a Clark Kent reference.
Also, I'm like, I love that in the Green Lantern, the one nobody wants to talk about, where she goes, "Do you really expect me not to recognize you?
We grew up together. I've seen you naked."
And go, just because you covered your cheekbones or something.
Okay, so have you ever gone to a public venue around like Halloween time or any time when people would dress up in costumes, depending on what country you're in, and been like, I recognize my friend over there because the way they're moving. I don't even know who they're with, or I didn't even know they were here. I wasn't looking for them, but I go, I know that person because of how they're moving at a distance and what their gestures are. And you go up there to check. Like, the thing is like, I recognize just a month or so ago, someone I hadn't seen in like 16 years from 2 steps. Like, I saw them in my peripheral vision and they stepped away from a table at a con and I went, holy shit, that's this person. And I looked and it was them because it was the movement they made. People are way more identifiable than you ever want to imagine, and most of it is mannerisms, familiar mannerisms.
Body language
Anybody
is incredibly
ever doing that? We did a body swap and no one realized it. You would immediately be like, my friend is moving so freaking weird, because you wouldn't move that body with the same kinds of gestures the other people make. It wouldn't even matter, the voice and other things like that. Anyway, so yeah, Clark Kent, it's fine. On the other hand, if you do change your personality, your demeanor, your expressions, the way you move, your posture, your bearing. If you talk to a movement coach and they get you to present yourself differently, movement coaches are cool as hell, by the way.
Right.
Really damn cool
underutilized job. A lot.
And also just freaking cool job, helping people change, again, their cadence, their bearing, their posture, their physical presentation, their presence in a room based on their body, like everything.
Right.
Anyway, that will make people not recognize you faster than anything else. You wear your exact same clothes, but you completely change your posture, bearing, and behavior. Even people who know you will be like, I'm not sure that I know you. What's going on?
Right?
It's amazing. It's not important. And like you need a bath. Pirates bathe.
Shit.
Into the tub with you down in the hull. I drew you a bath.
Hey, a discussion about how actually that messes with
depth perception.
Damn.
Yes.
Julian, I've got this Oh,
yeah, just reach out and slam my hand into something because I think it's farther away, or try and grab it when I'm not there yet.
Can you imagine having to explain to people being like, are you alright? And I'm going, oh, I recently lost, my eye, so I'm having a bit of time adjusting. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me talk to you because I feel, what happened? It's time for me! I'm gonna do this so well!
Okay,
people will love my story of how I lost my eye.
Headcanon. For 3 years, for every stranger Julian meets, if they mention his eye patch at all, he tells a completely different epic story of how he lost his eye.
That would be brilliant every single time.
Every single time. He's got like 72 epic versions of how he lost his eye.
And there's just one person who's like, no, you just lost it because, there was a cat and it pooped in your eye.
There's someone else going, actually, probably what you did is you just stabbed yourself with a damn eye, like with a misplaced letter opener or something like that, like damn. You just think they're further away. I'm trying to sneak around the corner and instead I just run into it.
I got it!
I try and make a tight turn and I just crack my shoulder.
Your problem is also, once you start taking the eye patch off again, you throw yourself right back off.
For a little while,
and it's
you
like,
do.
Ugh.
And then suddenly,
being
things are
somebody
different.
who has used a sight aid before and continues to use sight aids, it's actually really funny to be like, look, I got my new upgraded version of my sight aid for my, personal disability. And then going, oh, wow, the world is very differently shaped, and it's really confusing.
Yep. If you're not sure what all that was, is glasses are a sight aid for a visual disability. And whether or not people like to admit it, they are also like, they are a form of like navigational aid as well.
Right.
I myself have been gifted with great eyesight my entire life. I haven't had a huge amount of life yet. Nonetheless, I know so many people with glasses and contacts that you don't think about it, but they cannot function without them the same way some people can't function without their wheelchair kind of thing.
Right.
Like they cannot get around in their environment. And a lot of people can, just enough to be like, I can see basic shapes and colors, no problem. But a lot of people with glasses, like my first stepdad, I will just say my first stepdad because I've had more than one, was legally blind, and he had really intense glasses, and he could function mostly fine with them on. And the thing is he could drive and everything, but without them, he couldn't even get around the kitchen and make a sandwich. Right. Like he could not tell what things were. So sight aids, really important.
Yep.
Anyway, you've bumped into me a few times actually. Southerly?
Southerly.
Southerly. Southerly.
Southerly!
Southerly.
I think it's southerly, technically. It is southerly, but...
I'm just southerly.
Southerly.
Why do you care? I'm protecting you here. And if you can't remember who the hell did it, and I don't know who the hell did it, it's time to also start investigating your either guilt or innocence, because I'm not here to help you blindly. I want to find out what the hell happened. Wait,
right,
maybe I don't.
I'm going to come into my own crippling self-doubt here soon. Don't worry about it. Please don't crack me in the groin.
No.
It really hurts. It was that one time I missed. Shut up.
I keep losing this accent to British so bad. I'm like, I can't do it either.
I mean, you would suddenly just be all lobster. You would be
all lobster.
Because with that hair.
I 100% lobster. That's not pirating unless she was stealing stuff. That's just buccaneering. And kept heading to make stories up about my eye patch.
It was great.
It was so
I love
good.
That part. It was awesome.
It's my favorite. Hi, you didn't come back to Vesuvia because of me. You've got to admit it.
No, it was a nice touch. Come on, can't I be cute and romantic once?
You're cute and romantic a lot. in this case, you came to see Astra and you know it.
It's true. I keep mixing you up with Astra every time. So I came back to see you now, not Astra.
So I liked seeing you, even though I came to see Astra.
It's true.
And the fact that if I were dressed like Astra from the back, you would think it was him because of the way I move.
Yeah, actually, it's a really good awareness piece. It'd be a little bit sort of like Uncanny Valley, though, because you're not exactly dead on like him, but you're pretty similar in a lot of ways.
From a distance with a headscarf on?
Yeah, it would be really, weird. You'd be like, there's Astra, and what the hell is that? there's double Astra. Double Ra. Oh, God!
You can do it!
Ah! Okay.
Brooklyn!
God. I'm genuinely having a panic. Okay. Now I haven't staged. Okay.
I think of her lines like from the actual show.
There we are, darling. Okay. That's because you're a different person now. New you can see the things that old you couldn't.
See, it helps when you think of their lines.
No, I kept trying to do it, but I kept losing it because my brain's somewhere else. But I think we have a bit more to see.
See, that helps. I love it, Brooklyn. It works. She idly bats at a ribbon of water, pip, sending droplets of stars flying, and me going, you have toe beans. Are those toe beans?
Can I touch your hand beans?
I don't want to be insensitive, but can I touch your hand beans? Are they soft? Oh my God. Is that rude?
Hi, please, dear God.
You just look lovely in all ways, but also hand beans.
You think a whole lot, don't you, Julian? Yes, Julian, excuse me. I apologize. I just was reading the text instead of looking at you and listening to your name. But darling, it's all right. So with all those what ifs, but what abouts floating around in there, there's no room for a higher purpose. So why are you so scared?
The water shimmers, bringing another memory to light. Nadia watches as Lucio swaggers down the stairs. She stands tall, determined to face him head on. Is this a memory or is this right now? Across the ballroom, Astra's mask can't hide his expression of pure loathing. Is that what he looks like with loathing?
Loathing, unconditional loathing,
my whole life long. Loathing. Outside, Portia runs down the hallway, following Malak to Julian's body. Oh, we barely had any time pass. There we are. Or this is, again, we're just going back. Who knows?
Astra and Nadia, they're trapped in the palace, racing against time to stop Lucio and the devil. And Portia, you want to protect her, but she's protecting you. And of course...
I see myself, separated from Julian by the bars of the dungeon lift, when he decided to shut me the hell out. If Portia and I can fit in there, you and I can fit in there.
Yeah,
you're
like,
a twig compared to her.
Bullshit.
Bitch. The lift blurs into the arena. Praetor Vlastimil looms above us, and the crowd roars. The final image is still fresh in my memory, too. I'm standing at the edge of the magician's realm. All these times when he resisted me trying to be a team with him, where I was like, I will defend you. And he's like, no, you won't. I will tell you you're wrong. I did it. The time where I was like, I'll come with you. And he's like, no, I'll go to the dungeon by myself. Here, I will run away from the dock. I think there were more times than that, honestly. But these three might be the most poignant as far as she's concerned.
Yeah, there are definitely more times than that. But that's okay.
There were a lot of times than that. What about, like, on the dock the first time when he ditched me at Astra's place? Right before he ditched me there.
Goodbye!
Looking for Scout and wondering whether to follow them into the unknown.
Brave, determined nerd. You've grown so much, learned so much, done so much.
Wait, that was supposed to be about me and what I've done, not about every time Julian
what
was
about
like
him?
major resistance. We can't.
We were talking about him, and now we've changed to us?
Because that was really, like, every piece of that was me going, that was a major time he resisted us and was directly defiant to what we'd agreed to together and or displaying lack of trust in our judgment. That was what those scenes were to me.
What? What would they do for you, Julian? Julian, excuse me, honey, I'm having a lot of fun with the hard numbers and everything else.
You got it.
What would you do for them? Anything. Everything.
But you wouldn't, even just recently.
Yeah, I know, so I'm a bit like, I think me, I'm kind of judging myself going, no, it's not that I can't change my mind, but so far I've only displayed largely that it's about me, and all about me is the only thing I want to really think about, you know?
So you're feeling
now
like...
I'm fucking losing.
Beautiful. Okay. That was beautiful. We'll just mash the accents together like Play-Doh colors squishing out of a mold. That's great. It's okay. It's great. I support you. You're brilliant, and I adore this friend. All right. And I'll just be like, so you're feeling some remorse for your choices a few minutes ago? He whispers, it sounding shaking.
You made it through the forest and over the ocean to find me. That takes real guts.
I really do. I'm thinking this is a Miss Kitty reference like, all the way. I'm like, why is this so nerdy without being so nerdy?
But the real challenge is up ahead. You can handle it, so I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Your purpose is dangerous. You'll be risking life and limb to make it through.
It's all right. He was risking life and limb the whole time, honestly. Being really careless with it.
Except
just to be
also,
truthful.
like, that's the thing. I'm like, that's what we were thinking the whole time. The fact that he's... Again, like, he's trying to push it off, I think, is because he was afraid that it was like that, but I'm still like, I don't know, I'm fine. It's the dragging him through stuff is like, of course...
Julian, I know she's making this into a big deal, but you've been risking your life and limb the entire time. You can totally do this.
This is not any different. Are you ready for that?
Julian curses sharply. I want to know what he says. Oh my god, I want to know what kind of curse he uses.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so we've got this thing that we're working on, a tiny little project based on some really cool fan art that we got, where we're working on doing a voiceover for it because it's inspired by an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme. And I made...
Why are you talking about this now?
Because
it was going to be a surprise!
Because it will be done by the time this video is out.
Oh.
That's why. Anyway,
okay.
It may already be out at this point, but it's certainly already out to the person it matters to.
Okay.
So anyway, where I had to make up some curses for their like regional area,
Right.
And I was very entertained by it. And I wanted to know if Julian had a personal sort of explicative he was after.
I knew it. I knew we weren't going to like what we found up here, dude.
Really?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Like he's like, it has to be bad. Your life has been in danger this whole time. How is this different?
Oh, okay. I'm fine.
You do not hate it when you're right. You love being right.
He really does.
All right, go ahead.
I hate when I'm right.
No, you don't. You love it. You love being right all the time. In fact, even when I call you on things and say, that's wrong and you've exaggerated and your sister told me what's right, you get angry because you want to be right. And you know what? If you own that about yourself, you can be right about this and go, you know what? I knew it would be dangerous and now I can move into that because I was right.
Fine. Okay, I guess.
He paces nervously in front of the sphere, running his hands through his hair. Shifting his part from one side to the other, to the other
both hands though were involved, so
I know.
You'd be like... You gotta ask yourself a hard question, Julian. Why are you so scared? You're asking nerds to put themselves in danger. Of course I'm scared.
I'm already in danger. My whole body.
Oh my god, my body's gone. I was gonna be like...
my whole... Julian, I appreciate that you're having experience wanting to protect me. Do you realize my body has been subsumed into the very essence of Lucio's reincarnation right now? I'm already in danger. If we do nothing, I'm in danger.
Too late!
It's like, I can't get in much more danger, really.
How much further do you want the rabbit hole to go? Because it's hit rock bottom, my bro.
Yeah, we're at the bottom.
We're at the bottom. I should have told you to wait in the magician's realm. I should have sent you back with Asra.
I had no body to go to.
Oh my god, I'm
I
fine.
had nowhere to go.
No, even earlier than that, I shouldn't have let you get involved at all.
You mean when you showed up in my shop demanding a reading?
I am a guilty wanker. It's fine.
All right.
I thought of you getting hurt. Like,
Aw.
I care about you too much. Nerd, I can't let you do this.
How come he never cries? Pasha gets tears so quickly when
I
she's
know.
upset. Why doesn't he ever get
Sorry.
tears?
You were like,
No, I'm just like, his
It's
illustration, like, he sounds upset enough, and that face looks like the same face where you would just be, like, at the beginning of tears.
Yeah, and he never does
and
it.
he never cries.
I feel like that's unfortunate, because he should cry.
And I'm like, yeah, it's a good piece of vulnerability. I care about you. It's my life. Again, I'm like, I wouldn't have said either of those things.
Sort of need to be. I care about you, but I also would like to continue existing. So if you want to hang out,
yeah,
we would.
I was also going, it's my life, and I made all of those choices, not you. But also, like, well, there's a lot here to unpack.
Like,
anyway,
there's so much.
So
but it's
we'll get back to this.
interesting.
We'll break it down, because again, neither of those things are things that I would logically come to as an answer to what he just said. So I will have to think about them.
So, thank you guys for joining us, and we really appreciate your help. We would also really love your support. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Please go to our Patreon. If you like our crap, it'd be super awesome.
Yes.
We're trying to develop stuff there. We also have a Twitter if you want to see us, and as we've mentioned, we actually do also have a Tumblr.
Where we're very active.
Yeah, we try.
We try.
We try.
We try, honey.
Well, we try so hard.
We try so
hard. All right, so this has been Scandal.
And I have been Liz.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye.